We're gonna learn how to draw and paint this boy walking on the slope. For our member of enjoyingart.com, I'm looking forward to seeing you in our fun and relaxing Friday painting together. If this is your first time to our channel, it's all about making art easy with relaxation. Push like, share, subscribe, and turn on notification. And let's take a look at where's the place for the boy. You don't have to go with the photo reference completely. So I'm going to use this 2 finger. This is the top of the head. This is the bottom. If you want to move it a little bit more to the left, a little bit more to the right, it will affecting how it look. So I'm going to move it a little bit more toward the right hand side because I like to catch the shadow at the front a little bit longer. So making sure I have enough space for those posts and the ski. I'm going to put the mark over here. You just only need to do one thing at a time. Find out the whole shape. The front over here, this is the hand, like that. And coming down this way, this is the leg. And the front over here. And then the back over here, I want you to just think about the envelope. This is the leg over here. That's called the envelope. When you figure out a proportion, always from big to small, I'm going to take a look at what's under the elbow. It's about a little bit smaller than half. That's a little bit more than 1/3. So it's about here. If you focus on finding something, it's always very easy to find it. Okay, if you just ignore everything else. When you have the elbow over here, and then the head, a little bit less than half. Don't look at the nose, don't look at the mouth. This is the hand. And the back over here, coming out. The head to the elbow to the figure. Take a look at the angle. From the head coming down, it may be coming a little bit more toward the left side. Okay. I'm gonna make it come back a little bit the left side. So the angular measurement also very important. So everything we learn from drawing is going to be helpful for any painting, any medium, any subject matter, the same technique, the same process. Now I'm going to draw the line over here coming down, relate to the hand. Draw the outside before you draw the inside. You will have less fear when you think it's just the shape. Coming into draw smaller area, that will be easy. The nose, that's easy. And the chin over here. And then the mouth, that's the neck. The ski coming over here, coming all the way on this side. All the way coming here. That's good, right? It's a small ski. And we're gonna paint around the stick. Coming here all the way. You can change the angle if you want to. Okay, like this. Now it's come to the next questions. Do you want to paint the background first before you paint the boy? Or you paint the boy and then paint the background? What do you think? If you paint the boy first, when you paint the background, you have to paint around the boy. You see that how the catch the shadow balance the whole shape. I'm going to use this 1-inch flat brush. Mix a little light blue color. And we're just going to tap on it. Like from left to the right. Make it a little random. Make it a little bit softer. This. There you go. Maybe over here a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. So the paper I'm using is Arches this time. Don't soften all the places. Okay, just some places. So make it a little random. A little bit softer, like that. Now I'm gonna come back with my calligraphy brush. I'm gonna come with the same blue color, maybe have a little bit red. Okay, it's not so bright. Okay, let's take a look. Like this, and then here you go. And then moving it like that. And then a little bit smaller, and then a little bit shape, a little bit smaller shape. Okay, like that. And then on this side too, have a little bit, catch the shadow. That's good. Let's gonna paint some red color. I'm gonna put it here. Look again, the dark color string can paint it on top of this. Our new calligraphy brush just arrived. If you don't have one yet, you can go to their brush page. You can get it. Okay, right over here like this. And here you go. Look before you paint. Okay, you not just go by the pencil. You still want to look again. It may be you want to change something at this time. Some way you don't want it to merge together. For example, the face, you don't want to merge it into the red color. In that case, you want to come back to paint the face a little bit later, right? You don't want to rush it. And looks like the head can be a little bit higher, slightly, like that. Is good. Now I'm going to clean the brush. I'm going to paint the pens and then come back to here because I don't want them to touch that either. I'm going to paint the little blue-gray color. How you mix the blue-gray color? Take the blue color first and get the red and to see how close is it. And if you need a little bit more yellow color, and then take a little yellow color. But this color looks like I put it close to the color we want because this blue color is a green shade, or they have some yellow color in it. So this maybe looks good enough. This the same color as the pen and coming over here like that. This brush is very easy to create a point. It's very good. Now I'm going to use a lot more water and take a look at that. This side. I might paint a little bit lighter and then paint darker color a little bit later again. And coming over here. That's good. Connect that. Okay, now I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter. This is the light side. So I can just use the water, soften it, make it a little lighter. Okay, make it light enough with this color. And actually on this side it's a little bit darker, so I mix the color a little bit darker, a little bit red. Here you go. Can be a little bit darker. Now take a look at the edge. Just look at the edge so you don't have to keep coming back again and again. Make a little round. Here you go. So far so good. And fill in this space over here. And I can put a little bit darker color on the shadow side. Like that. But we can always come back to do it another time. Start painting a little green color. The green color, very much take this color, convert it into green color. It's pretty easy, right? So let's get a little yellow color. Have a little bit more yellow. Take the yellow from here. And we're going to see, because that green color is not a bright green color, so I have some red color in it. So I'm going to take it, this is very bright. So I'm going to mix into a little bit more of this color. So it looks like a little bit more green-gray color. So like that. Bit more blue color in it. Like that. This is would be the color we're looking for. But this is not a bright color. On this side, it should be a little bit darker too. So I'm going to start painting this space. Let's take a look. And looks like here, this is the shape. Okay, like that. Whenever you are mix a color, a finer color, you always pay attention to how dark is that color. Okay, it's very important. Don't just make the color and without thinking, oh, how dark is that color? And make the color a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna paint it over here. See that? That is just the right value. And on this side, and I'm not gonna touch the red. connect it a little bit later. Coming over here like that and coming over. So you see how important to be aware of how dark each color, because every color has a value scale from 1 to 10, right? So if you feel kind of like that color should not be that dark, you might want to add a little bit water. And it's pretty easy. We sometimes just have a bad habit. The habit sometimes difficult to change. Sometimes it takes like a very long time to change because habit is become automatic in your action. That is called habit, right? And if you can aware of it, that's not a habit. We want to change a bad habit, including some of the process. We need to make them corrected. On the top over here, we want to light up a little bit because that is a little bit lighter. Okay, so that is taking the light from the sun. Okay. And one of the ways it's important we can allow ourselves to aware of what we do and change the habit eventually is to slow down. Go by step. Okay, don't rush it. Don't do it too quick. I'm gonna I have a little bit red shade blue color in here. I don't use it that much, so I just put it on the side. Sometimes I need it. And put it over here. When you want something more look like purplish colors, so better to use the red shade blue color because it has no yellow color in the blue color. Okay, coming over here and let's keep that a little bit shape like the little print, interesting print over there. Okay, that's good. Keep a little bit like that, a little shape. That's good enough. I'm going to take a little bit, have a little shape over here like that. That's fine. And maybe I have a little blue color over here too, like that. You see how fine point this brush can have. Most of the watercolor brush I won't be able to give you that. I have been searching my whole life for the perfect simple brush set. That's what I'm using. Just the 2 brushes. That's it. You can do any painting. I'm going to put the red color over here. And a little red color over here. Look first before you start painting. Don't let your habit control you. Okay, like that. That's good. I'm gonna paint a little bit more into the ski over here because the same kind of purple color. So I'm gonna paint it over here too. Here you go. Having it right here. But try not to touch the green color. Okay, just like that. Okay, simple. Okay, maybe a little bit over here too. Take a little blue color. Okay, a little bit over here. A little bit more purpleness. Take the red with the red shade blue color. Okay, like that. That's good. Coming all the way to the neck. Just to have fun. Slow down, okay? Maybe add a little color over here too. Just a little bit. Maybe have a little bit more red. Here you go. I'm gonna do it a second time, like that. That's good. And a little bit more, a little bit brighter color. And at the tip over here. And here you go, like that. It's good. The face is very much dark purple color. So I'm gonna take the red, take the blue color, because the contrast so much. I'm gonna take the green shade, blue color, because I want to have a little bit more feeling of gray color. So I'm gonna take this color. I did a painting very similar a woman with a child walking on the street. The face also very dark in the shadow. So I think the color is right. So I'm gonna take a look carefully. I think the nose can be a little bit higher. So here you go. So especially this kind of places, you need to have a brush really easy to control. I think a little bit higher, like that. Okay. And pay attention. Come up a little bit. That's good. No worry. After the color dry, and would look a little bit lighter. Okay, the nose over here, and the mouth, and careful. Look at it, and maybe I'm gonna do the lips a little bit later. I'm gonna do the overall shape first. The chin, where's the chin? The chin over here, the chin come out a little bit. Just a little bit, moving it out a little bit. Okay, move it like that. That's good. Wow, the color is actually pretty dark. I'm gonna come back over here. If I need to lift up the color, and we'll take a look at it. And take a look in the top over here. Little coming up a little bit, like that. Coming out a little bit, slowly. That's good. Like that. And then take a look at the upper lip. Okay, the upper part of the mouth. Moving it out a little bit, and the lower lip. Okay. A little bit out. Okay, I think the nose can be out a little bit. Just looking at the tip of the brush. Come out a little bit. Slowly. That's good. Alright, I'm going to look at the chin. Also a little bit more rounded. Like that. Alright, I'm going to come back to fix that a little more. I think the face, the chin a little bit lower. That's good. Now let's see. Coming down over here, the neck. Here you go. Now see. This all so dark coming over here like this. Good. This is one of the challenge place. Take your time. Okay, be confident. And that's good. Like that. Now I'm going to lift up the lighter area on the cheek. So I'm gonna shape the brush like a very small flat brush. Now I'm gonna make this a little bit lighter. You see that? Take the color, make it a little lighter. Just called lifting. And here I'm gonna lift up the color, so make it a little lighter, so we can see the dimension. And the face is not finished yet. It's just gonna come back a little bit later. Lift up a little the color. Maybe have a little red into it, because a little bit warm in the middle tone over here. Gonna soften that color. Bring it in. That's good. Look at it again. Like this. And the top over here a little bit darker. The red color add a little bit gray color, so make it a little bit darker. At the front over here, the shape over here is come out a little bit, just a little bit change. It make a very difference. And this side is actually shadow side, like this. Now I add the darker tone into here. Okay, a little darker tone over here too. Right, like this. Okay, now I'm going to just use the water, soften that, so you can see the dimension of the head. I'll probably do something over here first. So first I'm going to paint a little red color. The red is not really bright red. So I'm going to mix a little bit blue color in here. So I'm going to paint this color and come back to paint around this red color and start over here. Looking for that shape. Look like a straight coming down. And you can make a little turn if you want. Okay, coming over here. Okay, this time. Just make it the shape a little bit curved. So make it look softer. So that's good. I finished that. So allow it to have a little bit more time to dry. And now I'm going to have a little bit of this blue color over here. I'm going to make this a little bit darker. And look at that. There's a little shape over here. Like that. And under here, have a little bit lighter shape. So you can see this is shape. Not the darkest colors yet. It says have this a little bit darker shape would help to convey the folding and the form of this. Okay, that's good. And if the dog agree with me, okay, like this. Because translucent watercolor, every time you use the same color, it always make it look darker because it accumulate. Okay, like that. That's good. And on the top over here, I'm going to make it a little bit darker. And here you go. Now I'm going to have this connecting up over here. Like this, all the way coming up over here. So you don't see the neck over here that much. Okay. Sometimes you have to wait until it dries so that you're not have the color almost together. But after it dries, you're ready to come back to. I'm going to start painting into the pants. Okay, I'm going to get a little blue color, as I said earlier, and all about the three colors, how they mix together. Because they all have the three color together. I'm going to have a little red, and that's probably good. This already have red color. So now I'm going to have a little bit more water, a little bit red too. Okay, now here you go. From the front over here, I'm going to painting in, touching into the edge of this color. I'm going to painting around over here. Be careful, that's still wet. So I'm going to come back a little bit later. So I'm going to paint the front over here because the shadow side. I'm going to paint it a little bit darker. Now I'm going to see this separate the two sides of the pants. So this side a little bit darker. So with the dark color and light color, you can separate and make the suggestions. See the bigger shape than the smaller shape. Smaller shape obey the big shape, right? It's because you see this whole area is actually darker. So don't see the details yet. Just see that. I'm gonna put it over here. And now I'm gonna come back to review the color. You see this actually start make a sharp edge over here. And the front over here, I'm going to use a little bit more water and have them to merge together. I'm first going to softly have this merge a little bit like that. That's good. And have this merge a little bit. This brush is pretty good where sometimes you want to open it up like a flat brush. Sometimes you want it to be really sharp. So it's very easy. Use one brush as multiple brushes together. So that's why I picked this brush to suggest for you. Okay, like this. And the top over here, have a little bit, a little shape like that. Okay, let's take a look. I want you to keep thinking about their shapes, okay? Not thinking about, oh, it's a person. Oh, there's the pants. It would affect your concentration. Come back all the way to the bottom over here. Think about this is the shape, a little bit darker. Not putting the darkest colors yet. It's just you try to shape it. Try to shape the bigger area before the smaller area. Okay, that's good. Coming like this, little shape, and I'm gonna have the darker shape, and it would look very, very good. Now at this point, I can painting into the areas of the booth. Is have a little purpleness color. You don't have to go with purple. You can go with red if you want. Okay, I just have a little bit red shade blue color over here, so it makes the purple colors easier. So I'm gonna take this color with the red. Here you go. Now I'm gonna first paint a little bit lighter color first. Okay, I'm gonna paint this a little bit lighter, a little bit more water. Okay, here you go. Don't rush it. Enjoy the process. Looking for the shape. Okay, there are also some area you want to leave it light. So a little blue color over here. If you want to keep the blue color and painting around that shape, that's fine. Like this. And take a look at. Don't make the booth too big. Like that. That's good. And come down a little bit like that. Here you go. You can on this side, I'm gonna finish the edge here. Here you go. Okay. Lift up the area over here, make it a little bit lighter. So make it appear to be three-dimensional. Just use the brush, just lift it up, and you can lift it up the shape however you want. Now I'm gonna paint this side. This side you need to be a little bit careful. You need to have a little bit more white shape, so you need to paint it around. I need to make it a little bit darker, so get a little bit, okay, a little bit more blue color mix into here. That's good. This side, let's start over here. Might maybe a bit too dark, so I'm gonna have a little bit more red into this. Okay, now take a look. Enjoy it. Do it slowly. I'm gonna paint the outside over here first. Like that. It's good. And if you want, you can mask this. Okay, it's just gonna take the challenge to paint around just a few shapes. We have been using masking fluid a lot lately, so I'm not gonna use masking fluid for this time. Okay, but I'm gonna leave the shape over here. Have a little sticker. I may just gonna remove that sticker. I don't really need it. Instead, I'm gonna leave a little white shape over here. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna continue to take a look at the front over here, making sure the booth actually smaller than the pins. Okay, come here. And a little shape over here. And carefully. As I said earlier, you draw with the pencil earlier, but you don't have to stick to the pencil. You can reserve the right to make more changes. Little by little, you can leave the white shape, see that, without masking fluid. I think it's a little bit too much, so I'm gonna make a little bit less. So I'm gonna have some shape maybe a little bit smaller and not all the same size like that. Add a little darker color, so I'm gonna take this a little bit more blue color. Actually, I can drop it into the wet space. You see that it's very easy just to drop the dark color into the wet, and you can modify the value of the color. And I'm gonna come back with the first booth and make a little dark color on the top over here too, because this is the shadow area. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna draw a little line and coming over here, all the way coming down. See that with a little indication, it make it look a lot more real. And this has a little shadow, make a little darker. Oh, the booth almost look finished, right? And underneath the booth has a little blue color, so I'm gonna take a little blue color, and here you go. Have a little bit darker. Catch the shadow underneath, like that. That's good. I'm gonna add the blue color, just pure blue color into here for this little sticker. That's easy. And I also put it into the shape over here. A little blue, a little bit shape like that. That's good enough. Okay. And a little blue color on this side. Like this. Blue color. And put it on here first on the pose. I'm gonna put a little blue color like this. And here you go. You see a little highlights. So I'm gonna leave a little light in the middle of the pose. That's pretty easy. Just the pure green shade blue color. Like that. What about this one? I'm gonna this one over here all the way. That's a little green color. Don't be afraid that you're gonna paint it outside because the outside is very dark color, so it will be covered. So no worry. So this is blue color. I'm gonna have a little bit darker blue. Like that. Now I'm gonna have a little bit blue also here. Now we're ready to paint into this. I'm gonna paint a very tiny line. That's good enough. And I'm gonna paint a little bit blue on this one. You see, you don't need to be panic when you are accidentally cover some space. If you have these two brushes work well for you, you actually can always can correct it, right? I'm gonna move this a little bit so in the same straight line like this. Okay, that's the base color. And also gonna have a little gray color. This is the gray color, right? But a little bit lighter. I'm gonna have this and putting it one brush stroke all the way here. You see, easy, all the way to the tip. And one brush stroke on this side as well, coming over here all the way like that. And then even put a little gray color on this and one brush stroke. It's pretty easy. How to mix the dark color? It's just use the blue color and the red color together. And I'm gonna take this Winsor red and the Winsor blue green shade. Winsor blue green shades already have some yellow tone into it. So that's why in making it feel like a three color together, but mostly dominate color, it would be the blue and the red color. Okay, now I'm gonna walk into this area. Now I'm gonna start over here. Now here you go. Paint this side, and use this. Just take a look at the stroke. It needs to be thicker and then thinner. It's very easy to create interesting stroke, and that's good. And on this side, we have a little thin line coming over, and then start pushing it down a little bit so you can make a little bit thicker mark like that. Ooh, coming up. That's easy. Allow yourself a little bit more time to have fun. I don't need to everywhere have so dark tone. So somewhere can be a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna coming over here. This is the glove. I can see the dark glove. Okay, dark color. And take a look at this glove and give a little suggestions over here first, and then coming over here, have a little bit zipper over here like that. You can see do some really very detailed work. And here you go. You're gonna outline this area. Now here you go. Get a little bit more water into this color. Have a little red. Okay, that's good. Like that. Take a look at the direction of this pose. I wanted to have it the same direction as the whole movement. Like that. That's good. I'm gonna fill in this space and maybe leave a little bit light color, a little bit light shade. I can fill in with gray color a little bit later. Okay, like that. And now come to this side. Also need to be dark color. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Looking at the direction of that, I'm gonna come in over here like this. Much better. Suggestions, good. Shape a little. And here you go. It's almost there. And over here, I'm gonna have a little bit dark color coming up over here. And also inside over here, also have a little dark color. I like that. And now I'm gonna make the color a little bit lighter because it's kind of like a little blue color, this blue-gray color, right? But I don't want too much water because the color next to it, it's just still wet. I'm gonna have this color, a little blue color, like that, and maybe a little bit lighter. Okay, just a little bit color, like this. Here you go, like that, and a little bit over there, and also a little bit green color. I'm gonna have it come up to close that white gap. I left it a little bit earlier, and then coming back over here and close that white gap. Okay, that's good. Now on this side, I'm gonna have a little blue color, right? Little by little, a little blue color coming over here. That is the color. Okay, coming over here, coming a little bit more, and can leave a little gap and have a little bit more. And I think painting is really testing your patience. You know, if you don't have much patience, it will be issues because most of the time when you do a little bit more complicated painting, it actually takes a long time. That whether or not you have the patience, and I'm gonna have a little line coming over here, like that. Nice. And here you go. A little stroke. That's good. A little stroke over here. Wow, it's simple. And there's a couple stroke over here. And I'm gonna have even darker color for this one. And take a look again before you start it. One stroke. That's good. Dark color. Here you go. Take a look at this very interesting head. Okay, like that. And then have a little coming down over here. And that's why we don't really need to leave around this shape because, and that's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna continue making the shape over here. Okay, over here. And continue, finish the dark shape. I'm gonna have a little thin line coming through over here. And all the way come to the head over here, have a little, still a little dark color, like that. That's good. I'm gonna come in over here, leave a little gap. Okay, now finish the dark areas for the ski. Here you go. Here you go, like that. It's pretty good. And on this side. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more darker shape. You see that? Now it looks very interesting. I can use the side of this brush, can make it a little bit smaller shape. I think this is good. Over here, we can try to give a little bit shadow, a little catch to shadow of this, like that. That's good. A little shadow over here, like that. That's pretty good. And now take a look at the front over here. I may have a little bit, see the colors is not really dark, but as soon as you apply it to the watercolor painting, it looks darker because it's translucent watercolor. It's always look darker because 1 plus 1 equals 2. It's not 1 plus 1 equals 1. What you would do with the acrylic and oil painting, it could be 1 plus 1 equals 1, because whatever you add on the top, that's all the people would see because it's opaque, right? Unless you use thin color glazing. But watercolor, it always 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's easy. I'm going to make this a little bit sharper, a little bit more contrast over here. So edges is very important. And sometimes you just have to use some variety of edges, some soft edges, hard edges, and lost edges, and would make it look more interesting, more variety. I'm going to make this a little bit softer, coming down like that. You see, now the paintings is almost there. Now it's already dry. Now I can make it look like this ski pose is right underneath the arm. Is that how easy? And not just I'm saying it easy, I'm showing you how easy that can be done. Looking into very closely into the face, first I'm going to lift up a little light under the nose and under the upper lip, touching into the smaller area. Just use the tip. At first I loosen the color. Now I come back to take the color away. Here you go. Now you see the bottom of the nose have a little bit light, and that's important. And then also the upper lip of the mouth and lip a little bit lighter, and that's good. And also at the chin, also a little bit lighter. First we'll look at the top over here. There's the area over here, the eye, a little bit darker, this area. I'm gonna have this little bit, move a little bit out like this. That's good. And coming over here, that's a little bit darker shape. Those are very small, tiny. And my paper is not really big either. So that is a little bit darker, like that. That's good. Okay, now take a look at the mouth, the lower lip of the mouth. I'm gonna have a little bit darker color over here, right in here. That is it. That's good. And now we're gonna fine tune the chin. And I'm gonna have a little bit blue color because the color from the snow is always look a little bit blue. I'm gonna make a little bit rounded. That's good. Like that. That's good. Now the top over here can be a little bit darker, like that. And I also want to extend the head over here and have this coming up a little bit because the shape of the head needs a little bit more rounded. So I'm gonna have this come up a little bit like that. There you go. And also the front over here, you're gonna get a little bit more red. Okay, here you go. Even though I already put it in the description and somewhere in the video, I'm still getting lots of email asking, where can I get the brushes that you're using? If you don't have this calligraphy brush, you can get it from enjoyingart.com brushes. These two brushes together, you can finish any paintings in any sizes.